It would be very easy, Daine Orban, Knight of the Road, thought, to lose perspective now. There had just been too many village halls, too many earnest, sun-reddened faces, too many discordant, insistent demands for her attention over too many years. It was not that her role had become unnecessary or redundant, far from it. She found herself with more to do now than when she took her first step on the road all those years ago. It was just that, day by day, tale by tale, complaint after complaint, it had all become hauntingly, banally familiar. Had it not been one of old Gant's host of unwritten rules that, come the third tour, the excitement of it all would pall?
But that's for starry-eyed wanderers with dreams of slaying dragons and banishing warlocks, he had cackled. Not for the cynical ones like you, Daine Darkhelm. Not for the ones who really know their business. No illusions for you, love, are there?
She had grimaced and dipped her head in acknowledgment at the nickname, knowing she was in truth one of those dreamy wanderers. That she would gladly spend her blood and her lifetime on the King's Road. It was, quite simply, the right thing to do. She had accepted her peers' mockery, good-natured and otherwise, knowing all would be well once on tour. Her justifiable reputation for morose taciturnity would be neither here nor there once she began fulfilling that sacred duty. On days like this, though, and were they not all days like this recently? That time of naivete felt a world away. With a sigh, she refreshed intimidation, drew the short sword at her hip, and began swinging it, almost absent-mindedly. The petitioners awaiting their turn instinctively stepped backwards under the pressure of her aura. When she spoke, the softness of her voice stood in stark comparison to the physical presence of this legendary knight in full plate and helm. You will appreciate I feel more than a touch of skepticism at these claims, Lord Trellick. I see your son in front of me. She made a casual gesture with her blade toward the skinny, sullen youth of 10 or 11 with a bloodied nose. A boy who has, I sense, had more than his share of scrapes over the years. To speak plainly, he does not possess the look of a defenseless victim. But I have been wrong about such things before, and I accept there may be more to this incident. I then turned to his assailant, a nod to a small, sobbing bundle of clothes wrapped in her mother's arms, who seems somewhat miscast in her role as the aggressor. So, what do we have? A slip of a girl assaulting, without provocation, a lordling twice her age and more than twice her size. It seems an unlikely tale, does it not? The older man in the delicate red and gold robes did not quite manage to keep the sneer off his face. He looked around the wooden hall, raising his arms to encourage comment from the group of villagers waiting silently behind him.